Well, hi folks, and welcome back to my play-by-email game of Strategic Command, playing as the Axis versus the Taxman, or Taxman 66. So last time I found the replay was way too fast, and I did look up and found out that there is a quick animation setting that can be turned off. So I'm hoping when I click yes here, I'll get an opportunity to do that before we view Taxman 66's last turn. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Yes, okay, here we go. So there we go, we can turn a quick animation off. So let's go ahead now and see what moves Taxman 66 made. Okay, looks like it's strengthening some of the Maginot Line and just shuffling some of the second row troops around. Okay, that was it. So we obviously don't get to see very much there. So it says there, French morale suffers from the fall of Poland. Germany celebrates victory over Poland and the return of Danzig. And the British Expeditionary Force arrives in France. Now that's it. It's supposed to be a fog of war, but because there is a decision in the game for the Allied player whether to send the British Expeditionary Force to France or not. I do think it's a bit of a cheat that I get to see the fact that he obviously selected yes there. Yeah, so fog of war, I don't think I should have seen that, but anyway. Okay, strategic advice. Beating the British. The Kriegsmarine is confident that a protracted naval effort against the British Empire will bring about their eventual withdrawal from the war. We can target not only the convoys sailing directly to the UK, but also enemy ports and other coastal areas of importance to the Canadian economy. Recommendations: send U-boats and surface raiders to target the supply convoys, as well to mine the ports of Halifax and Sydney in Canada. I'm probably not going to do that. What I want to do is build up my navy first. So, okay, I've got a decision to make. Führenhauptquartier. Now that the Polish campaign is over, we have an opportunity to adjust some of the details of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. It is proposed that we offer to transfer Lithuania from our sphere of influence to that of the USSR's. While this would enable the Soviets to occupy the country in due course, in return, we would ask the USSR to withdraw eastward from along the Vistula-San River line to the Bug-San River line. This would put us in a much better position to attack the fortress of Brest-Litovsk when we invade the USSR. If Stalin approves this proposal, and he may not, then it would also move the USSR 5% away from the Allies. Would you like to offer this revised borders and friendship treaty to the USSR? Well, I think absolutely yes. So it can move the front line, what will become the front line on the Eastern Front, further back. So our starting point will be further away from where it currently is. And also moving the USSR away from the Allies will delay our war with Russia. So yes. Oh, I didn't know you could do messages like this. Sorry folks, I just spotted this up here. There's actually a message from Taxman 66 and he's saying he realized moving his mech next to Warsaw was a mistake after he did it. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think there's really much he could have done. Okay, yeah, so I have to find out how to do the chat in game here. So I don't know how to do that yet. So I will find out for next time. So anyway, so let's get on with our move. I'm going to start off with the Navy, and we have, I'll just zoom out here. We have these two naval units out here. We've got the submarine and the heavy cruiser that I want to try and sneak through the English Channel. Now the range of them both is roughly the same. I can put the submarine into silent mode, which makes it harder to detect. But it dramatically reduces its range. For instance, if I'd set the mode to silent mode, its range drops down to here. And I don't know if, I think I won't do that just yet. I think I'm going to keep it in what's called hunt mode, do its maximum range down here, and then I'm probably going to go into silent mode and try and bring it in silent mode through the English Channel next turn, ahead of the heavy cruiser, and see if I can then bring the heavy cruiser in afterwards. But for now, oh, I'm a bit nervous about this. Let's bring the submarine down first. And actually, I don't want to raid. Well, it doesn't really matter if I raid. If I put it next, if I put this submarine and the cruiser next to these convoy lines, these red lines are convoy lines to the UK, then it will end up raiding them, and he will know some of my units are along these convoy lines, but they are long, and it doesn't necessarily mean he'll know it at all where they are, my units, that is. So let's just bring this down bit by bit. And yeah, we'll bring it down. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't want that, because that now means the submarine can't move, which means he can bring any other naval units that are within range to attack my submarine, which means my heavy cruiser, if I bring it down here, will also be involved in that. Goodness. What to do? Because my heavy cruiser can reach it, but I know it won't be strong enough to, certainly will not be strong enough to destroy that in one strike, that's for sure. Do you know what? I might just bring it down anyway and just see what happens. It'll be tougher for him to take out 2 units, and then I will have to just try and escape, I think. Let's just see what happens. Let's have a bit of fun. Oh no! That was a bad decision as well. Oh, look at that. It can only do 1 damage. He's got he's got some units out here, and I can't move any further. I might as well attack. Blast. Well, I think those 2 units will be gone next turn. That was not a good decision on my part. That's the fun of playing against a human player, I guess, is that you just never know what's going to happen. Oh well. Right, let's have a look over here. So these 2 units are upgraded, and I can't do anything with those to help out over here, because the furthest I can get them is midway through the English Channel here. It's way too far away. I do not want to start bringing them out into this area, because if I bump into any other naval units, yeah, I just don't think I'm strong enough yet. What I will do though is I will upgrade this destroyer, having put it into the port, and the submarine, there's no upgrade available for that. So that's all of my surface vessels upgraded to their max. What I might do is I might just put this into silent mode. Just explore a little bit out here. Yeah, I don't want to go too far away. So this area is clear at the moment, so that's okay. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the units in Germany. Let's just continue bringing them on over to the Western Front. But first of all, I'll go through and I will upgrade and strengthen where I can over here. Okay, so we'll reinforce that unit. Is in a good position, and I will reinforce that unit. Okay, this fighter unit I am going to bring down to let's keep it up a little bit. I'm probably going to put that into Mance for now to provide fighter coverage, and you can see the coverage area, the towns that it has fighter coverage over. I've got this blue hatching on them. And this bomber, before I bring it over, I'm actually going to upgrade and reinforce it. I don't need naval weaponry on that at the moment, so I'm not going to bother upgrading it. I will reinforce it before I move it any further over. Let's bring the HQs over. Let's reinforce that one before we go any further. Moving these. Now, with these infantry units, you can either just do a normal move, which is the range is highlighted in yellow, or if I click on it again, I can do a force march on it. Now, the downside of doing force march, well, the advantage of doing force marches is obviously you get a far greater movement range. The disadvantage is that their readiness and morale severely gets impacted, so they drop off quite a lot. But as it's going to take me a while to build up my Western Front before I attack, the units I do use Force March on should have plenty of time to recover their readiness and morale. So I think I'll only maybe do it once per unit in the transfer to the Western Front. Well, it will reduce the number of turns needed to bring these units over. So we'll just keep doing all of that, and these ones I will obviously reinforce once I get further over. I'm going to take all my air power, bring that all the way over. I want my armor over there. Now I do need to leave a few units over here, and I need to double check the strategy guide for this campaign as to what I need to do, but I'm going to, for now, just I think leave these 2 units over here. I'm going to leave the garrison in Königsberg. I want to bring this one over because it's an army, so it's a far stronger unit relative to the cause. I'm going to leave the Slovakian unit over here, and yeah, I think I'll just leave that there in that town. And he can't do a force march because it's not on any road. He's very limited movement ability where he is. So I'm going to bring him down so he can therefore use the road network down here. Now you can do what's called an operate on these units. For instance, if they are on a rail line, and if I click on a unit and it has this rail wheel symbol, then I can click on operate, and you can spend some MPP, and you can move that unit far greater distances, but you are limited to where the now network can connect to. But because that costs MPP, I'm not going to do it. I'm not in any enormous rush yet to start the war on the Western Front here. I just want to get my forces over there and allow the MPPs to build up over here and start developing some more research and maybe some diplomacy. So I think that's it. So yeah, move that there. So that's everything I can do in Germany. What can we do for down here in Italy? So I was going to move these 2 vessels into port. There and there. And I had hoped to be able to kick off research for Italy on infantry weapons. So I've got 252 MPP available, so I'm going to kick off infantry weapons research for the Italians. So that now leaves me with 52 points. So I'm just going to start reinforcing some of these units. I'm going to start off with these over here. They're close to the future Western Front. They can't do anything. I do have point. I'm down to 2 points. That's why I can't do anything further. I hadn't spotted that. That's because, yeah, when I upgraded this armoured unit, that spent virtually all of the remaining points available. Okay, so that's the Italians and all of the Italian units. That's everything I can do down there. So I think that the last thing for me to do is just to look at the MPP for Germany. I've got 372. Is there any research I want to do? Now, my naval war is going to be a critical piece in this, so I want to upgrade my surface vessels with naval weaponry. So I'm definitely going to put an additional chit in there, I think. Just have a look at these others. Anti-tank weapons, advanced tanks. Not just, we've already got 1 on advanced tanks, which is fine. Commander controls ongoing. Naval warfare improves the morale of the naval units, which has a beneficial military effect. There's only 100. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just really push my points into the Navy at the moment. So 175, so I'm going to push naval weaponry and work on getting that up to level 2. And I'm going to work on the naval warfare doctrine and spend 100 there. So that still leaves me with 97. That's not sufficient to do any more research, but we can do some diplomacy. Bulgaria's at 70%, so they're getting pretty close to getting pushed to our side. But these are really countries we want to join the Axis once the war on the east gets going, so that's not the top priority. Let's have a look down here. Romania again, Sweden. Sweden would be good. I don't think they're way too far away from us at the moment. Yugoslavia. I might see if I can try and just push the Italians our way a little bit more quickly. Oh, we've also got Hungary at 80%. Oh, that's a cost is 150. Oh, of course, because they're a major power, the diplomatic cost is far greater. I can't afford to do that. Okay. You know what? I might just leave that at the moment. I don't think I can buy anything with 97 MPP. I can buy a garrison. That's not very good. Cavalry anti-air. I can't really buy anything. So, do I just save that 97 for next turn? I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I think that's going to be it, folks. It's the 3rd of October 1939. So we are just over a month into the war. Yes, that's it. Let's end the turn. Okay, Allied raiders disrupt Norway to Germany convoys. Again, we lost 14 MPP from that. So we've got 232 MPP and Italy collects 73. So that's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like this video, please click on that like button and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Take care. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.